Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we are back with Let's Play Okami HD on the PlayStation Network. Last time, we did pretty much everything we could do in Kamiki Village, and now we're about to go out into the wide world to restore Sakura's blossoms. But since it's nighttime, I figured we could go into Mr. Orange's house and reap the rewards from helping Mrs. Orange dry her laundry earlier. Some cherry cakes, yes indeedy. That's one vicious old lady. And for those of you who don't know, that is a reference to Akuma from the Street Fighter games. Both the pose that she does at the end and the little dash she does before the little flurry of attacks. I'm not sure if the flurry of attacks is part of the reference. It probably is, but I'm not really sure. And we get cherry cakes, which I think they restore they restore a lot of the astral pouch. I'm not sure how much, but they restored our astral pouch to full. And you can come back for cherry cakes every night. So if you ever need to fill up your astral pouch real quick and it happens to be nighttime, just come here and she'll give you some cherry cakes and you'll be full. And plus there's oranges, so there's plenty of stuff in here for you guys. And he gives us baked oranges. Just like the cherry cakes, they fill it up a pretty good amount. I don't remember if you can come back for those though. I think that might be the only time you can get them. And last episode I said we had got all the animals in Kamiki Village, and I realized I forgot one animal. Let's see, where's the little bastard? Here he is. The little bunnies, the hares, and they like herbs. By the way, there are some animals that only appear at certain times of day. Like, for example, there are nightingales, and I believe those only appear at nighttime. But there's none here in Kamiki Village. There's a couple others, but I don't remember which ones. Anyways, let's get rid of these treasures that we got. Let's see, dragonfly bead. We don't need you. Wooden bear. Goodbye. Alright, look at all that money. And you know what? I'm gonna buy, let's see, 2 more seeds. And 1 more herb. 1 more meat. And we're good to go. Alright, let's head out into the open world and see what kind of damage we can cause out here. Wow, that's a very uninviting area. Shinshu Field. Oh yeah, it's real beautiful, buddy. Real beautiful. Sure, why not? Pay attention to the map. So it looks like I'm gonna guess that dark area is an area we can't explore. Let's go check it out. By the way, all these enemies here, that's the first guardian sapling marked on our map. But it's kind of in the middle of the cursed area, isn't it? Sorry, I spoiled it a few seconds too early, but yeah, that's known as a cursed zone. So we restore the tree, and then the area looks pretty again. Alright, regular old green imps, just kill the little bastards. Just remember, don't slash them too wildly, otherwise you'll miss out on your Demon Fang. And make sure you collect your Demon Fang before it disappears, because yes, they can disappear like that one just did. And yeah, now that we're out in the overworld, enemies are going to start appearing in these scrolls right here. If you don't want to battle them, since you only get money from them, but then I like battling because of the money, you can power slash them, and that'll stun them, and sometimes get rid of them for good. These ones, it's not going to get rid of them for good, it's just going to stun them. It makes it easy to run past them. So, if you want to fight them for money, go ahead. I'll fight the ones that catch up with me, but for the most part, I'll ignore them. Luckily, battles in this game are pretty quick, so not too much we need to edit too many of them out. But yeah, because you don't get money from doing the battles, it's actually not a bad. Since you only get money, and I was gonna say you don't get experience. It's actually not a bad idea to grind on enemies for money, because if you do good in battle, then you'll get plenty of money. Oh, and something else to notice here. You see these little holes in the wall that are shining light? If you attack those with your weapon, and if you attack them with your weapon, you can escape from battle. I'll show it to you in another battle real quick. I'll show it to you in this battle right here, actually. Alright. You hit it with your weapon. Alright, now see how it's glowing? That means you can jump in there and use it to escape from the battle if you don't want to continue the battle. You can't do that in every battle, but you can do it in like most non-boss battles. Okay, now's a good time to explain that little red circle with the wolf in the corner right there. That is your godhood level. If you remember earlier, we got an item that said it increases our godhood 1 level, the Traveler's Charm. What that does is when you use it, your godhood goes up by 1 level. There's several levels of godhood. There is green, yellow, red, empty, and I think a skull. And each one of those colors represents a different thing. If your godhood is green, that means you can take, I do believe, 3 hits without taking very much damage. Yellow means 2 hits. Red means 1 hit. No symbol right there means that you take regular damage, and the skull means that what does the skull mean? I don't remember what the skull means. I think the skull means that I think the skull comes from when you just got like revived from like an astral pouch or something. I think that's what it means. We'll get a scroll explain it eventually later. Either that, or I'll remember at some point and point it out to you guys. And in this house right here, there's nothing important, but there is a sir we can talk to, the Nameless Man. You're an artist? You look more like a wood chopper to me, but okay. Running from the lake towards Kamiki. Hopefully. So that cave leads to Hana Valley. A waterfall. I like waterfalls. A crystal ball that makes plants grow. I want a ball that makes plants grow. I could use that to make mad money in the real world. Oh, so that's where Susana went running off to. Really? I would have never guessed. Yeah, I'll go in there anyways. You're not saying. Yeah, he was gonna. I was hoping he would say something, but he didn't, so whatever. You could explore over here if you want, but it's mainly just monsters, and you can't explore very far, so we're just gonna ignore that for right now. Our primary goal is to get into Hana Valley right here. Doesn't look any better in here than it does out there, does it? Okay, I don't need to worry about a save point, because I just saved like 5 seconds ago. Traveler's Charm. Alright, might as well use that. Oh, by the way, the other way to raise your godhood level, besides using those Traveler's Charm, is to get a lot of combos in battle. I'm not sure how many hits it takes for each level to go up, but I think it's a pretty good amount, so honestly the Traveler's Charms are probably the easiest way of doing it. Alright, I'm going to let these guys attack me so you can see that I'm not going to take damage, and instead my level just went down. See? It went from green to yellow. And when I said 3 hits or 2 hits or whatever earlier, I meant they were cumulative hits. Like once I take 1 hit at the green, then I have 2 more hits, 1 for the yellow and 1 for the red before I can take damage. Not 3 hits at green and 2 hits at yellow or whatever. And I attacked him a bit too early, so I don't get no Demon Fang, but oh well. And yeah, see, when you get damaged like that, and it doesn't take away your health, just your godhood, it doesn't count towards your damage rating. Okay, that was weird. I tried to purify the water, and it kind of didn't work. That does not look like very inviting water at all. It looks more like a mud bath or something than a lake. You'll get a couple feed bags in the world, but honestly, they're cheap enough that you can just buy a whole bunch and not have to worry about it, which is mainly what I'm going to do. Okay, these little bastards right here, these trees, they're cursed trees, and what they like to do is they like to throw their fruit at you like that. And what you gotta do is wait till the fruit is in the air towards you, and then power slash it back to them. And that'll stun the tree. It's not going to kill him, but it'll give you a few seconds to go by without being harassed by the local fauna. And there's a skeleton in the ground. Why? I'm not entirely sure, but die. Thank you very much. Okay, we can't do anything with you, so we want to head over this way. If you wanted to, you probably could just dash past the trees, but they have pretty good aim, so it's not a bad idea just to knock them out while you're going past them. And there's Susano. And here we have the third imp-type enemy, the yellow imp. He has drums instead of a flute or a guitar, or whatever you want to call it. and he uses his drum to go underground, and then he tries to surprise you by coming up behind you. While he's under the ground, you can't really attack him that well, or at all actually. And when he's above ground, then it's still kind of hard to attack him. So what you want to do is he'll try to get behind you like this, and then you want to jump behind him before he comes up. That way you end up behind him and you can slash him in the ass. And then his 4-0 finisher is also a power slash, just like the other imps. So a bit more irritating than the other guys just because of the fact that he likes to hide, but other than that, once you figure out his little pattern, he's pretty much super easy. Nothing too special about him. Slightly more irritating than the other guys, but at the same time, nothing worth writing home about. Okay, how'd you get past those imps anyways? Why'd you leave them for me? Well, how about I let you be my apprentice, buddy? And I thought I was your friend since I gave you sake. Now I'm back to being the mutt. You mean your secret napping grounds? Him. I meant to train. Yeah, you sure did, pal. You sure did. You can try talking to Susato a few more times, but he's not going to say anything else here. So what we got to do is we got to see that Isin is all excited over here for some reason. Check out the wall painting. It's said that a crystal spear that makes trees grow is enshrined somewhere around here. Based on this painting here, I'd say the rumor must be true. Something's not right. Something missing? You mean like the sun? Yeah, you just gotta summon a sun in a painting, even though you're supposed to summon the real sun, but I guess this is close enough. And somehow that opens up the door, which Susanoo apparently gave up on. And that was some nasty brown water right there. One thing I'll say for Susanoo, he does have some pretty good music. I like his theme he's got playing right here. Training, hiding, same thing. You're training yourself on how to hide yourself better. You're training yourself on how to take better and longer naps without getting interrupted. I'm surprised you don't turn into a bear and just hibernate throughout the entire game. Hey look, a little baby tree. With a whole very small amount of water. Yeah, where is Susanoo? I thought he would be over here taking a nap around this little tree or something. If we check our map, look, we're kind of at where the Sakuya's tree is supposed to be, but it's kind of a lot smaller than I anticipated it would be. That's kind of weird, but okay. Right here you're supposed to ignore for the time being, and again right here you're supposed to ignore for the time being. Well, if there's supposed to be something on there, I'm going to assume that it's somewhere nearby. We can go find it over here. I don't think you can headbutt these down. You actually have to power slash them because you may have a hard head, but it's not that hard. You foul beast. And here comes the Beast of Darkness, the Sleepy Bear. Wait, why are you gonna be mean to a bear? He's just taking a nap. I guess if we have to use your secret technique of failing miserably at life, if you insist. Why we're turning off all the lights, I'm not sure. You would think that'd make it easier for the bear to stay asleep, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. And now we gotta pop his little snot bubble. Talk about a rude awakening. And he goes right back to sleep. Fantastic. Yeah, he's gonna rest real peacefully there, bud. Real peacefully. He sure can book it when it needs to, can't he? And you gotta love the looks that Amy gives him. She has some really good animations, facial expressions. For being a wolf, she has a very wide variety of facial expressions. Yeah, it's sleeping like a, you know, like a bear. Like a kitten's purr. Alright, anyways, what we gotta do is we gotta use our head to push this ball. And unfortunately, we have to deal with what I like to call ball pushing bullshit. I mean, you kind of stay locked onto the ball with your forehead, but at the same time, you kind of don't. Now we need to go over here. Come here. There we go. It's not hard, it's just irritating, that's all it is. A royal pain in the ass. They must have. Alright, so based on that painting, we're only missing one thing here, and that would be the sunshine. So hopefully that'll make the magical plants grow and we can save the world now. Okay, so we got the tree all powered up, but it's not, like, restored. Ooh, another constellation. And since 2 plus 2 equals 3, that means another brush power. Yay. And I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but whatever. Looks like kind of like a banana. Or it could be a monkey thing. Sakigami, one of the triumvirate of four gods, known as the Hana Valley. Green sprouts. I'm gonna guess you have something to do with like flowers and stuff. Actually, this guy gives us probably the most important power in the game. He gives us the power of Bloom. And now that we have the power of Bloom, draw a circle around the tree, and it blooms into happiness. And we get more scenes of the tree being beautifully restoring the land. In all honesty, this is really a scene that I could watch frequently and not get tired of seeing it. Just watching the land get restored. Yeah, it must have been someone really evil in order to stamp out the power of the tree goddess, or tree spirit, or whatever she is. Leap before you think. Yeah, that's really how you should be telling kids how to act. Just do what you got to do and worry about consequences later. And we get another trophy, the Sakigami, which is just basically, yeah, you learn the bloom technique, so nothing too particularly special. Just the generic story-driven trophy. And now on our way back out, we still have a few things we can do. We gotta get into battle with these chumps. Why we gotta get into a battle with them again, I'm not really particularly sure, but whatever. Come here, guy, get behind me. Ah, you didn't work, damn it. Yeah, see, they're not very susceptible to power slash unless you're behind them, so try to make sure you get behind them and then start slashing away like a champion that you are. Alright, buddy, where you at? There you are. Yeah, trying to jump behind them when they're already above ground doesn't really work that well because they kind of have decent reflexes, so. There we go. Oh, come on. Gotta wait till they start coming up like that, and then you can go behind them. There we go. Ah, well. So I missed my demon fang. I'll live without it. And look, there's animals to feed. Very nice. Alright, and these actually count as two different animals. They count as boars and boar piglets. But they both eat seeds. And you can feed them all at once, I think. Yeah, it feeds all of them at once, but they count as boars for the big guy and then boar piglets for the little guy, so just so you don't get confused when you're looking at your animal tome or whatever. Okay, now that we have the power of Bloom, we can do something nice to these guys. Hit the tree back, the fruit back at him, and now that it's stunned, bloom it, and it gets all happy, gives you fruit and praise. So it's a very good thing to do. The statue's all dirty. Okay, so glad to see you're there, even though you're not particularly useful. Yeah, now that we have Bloom, you can use your Bloom power to take care of any little areas like this. All you gotta do is just fill it in. and it'll bloom and give you praise. A lot of times, this is gonna happen a lot. You're gonna clear an area, and then it's just going to have a couple little areas in there that aren't purified. You got to purify by doing 1 or 2 extra little things. Let's see, green sprout tips. You can poke holes in the ground with dots to make trees. Yeah, so when you're in battle, yeah, I'm probably not going to sell it, so whatever. Yeah, you can make like little trees appear just by making dots on the ground. They don't really cost too much. You can make a bunch, or a couple, or just one, and it's still pretty much going to cost just the... Well, sometimes it gives you trees, sometimes it gives you flowers. I don't know. But yeah, it's not going to cost all that much to do. And when you use it in battle, it occasionally confuses the enemies that it sprouts in front of. Like they'll be like, oh, how did this tree get in my way? And then it'll give you a chance to attack them real quick. And using bloom, you can also bloom these regular trees. And if you do it right, you can get 2 in one shot. Which I did, and I still got hit though. Whatever. Yeah, you get praise for everything you bloom pretty much. So you're gonna want to bloom pretty much everything. And I'm out of ink. Very good, very good. But as soon as we bloom this guy right here, or not, I was going to say as soon as we bloom that guy, we're going to have enough for another ink upgrade. But Spirit Globe M restores 1 unit of solar energy. Wait, I thought that's what Spirit Globe S did, but oh well. I wonder if you can slash these guys before you're supposed to... Nope, nothing happening. We just gotta kill them like normal, I guess. Goodbye, guys. You're supposed to give me demon things, you know that, right? Alright, now let's try putting a tree in front of him. See, he kind of gets a little confused. It doesn't do a whole lot, but you might find it helpful every once in a while. Yeah, see, now that we don't have our reflector, we were trying to attack him with our paws, and it was doing some damage. And you can probably defeat an enemy with it. It's just not going to do a lot of damage, like, at all. Okay, look how easy money is to get in this game. We're already at 20,000 yen, even though we bought a bunch of stuff. Well, not really a bunch of stuff, but a good amount of stuff at least. And we're not even doing all that many battles. But now we have enough for our ink upgrade. Oh, we're 6 away. I was thinking 80 for the health, my bad. But by the time we finish here, we'll have more than enough. Let's see if I can't get a couple of these at once. Yep, I managed to get all 3 of them. Very nice. And I kind of forgot you were there, Mr. Tree. But if you try to do it like this, that'll usually tell you, yeah, it's not going to happen. You actually got to like line them up so they're close to each other like that. Why they care how you do it like that, I'm not entirely sure. But there's monkeys to feed right here. These guys, they will eat pretty much anything. They'll eat anything except for herbs, I do believe. So let's give them some fish. So they will eat They will eat meat, fish, or seeds. They just won't eat herbs. Why? I don't know. They just don't like herbs. Alright, now for that ink upgrade. There we go. And yeah, you want to upgrade the ink more than the health because you can avoid taking damage pretty easily for the most part. It's not something that you're going to be worried about too much. Let's see. Okay, these right here, this little green spot. This is not a treasure per se. This is a, well, we'll see in just a minute. This is a hidden clover. This is a reference to the original makers of the game, Clover Studios, who is now out of business. And hang on one second. And yeah, these have been in all the iterations of the game. And what you do, as soon as you look for the little green light, you bloom them, and they give you a pretty good amount of praise. There is a fair amount of these hidden out throughout the game, and they eventually start giving you now very good amounts of praise. So it's very good for upgrading your attributes. Some of them give out as much as 40 or 50 praise, so they're very worth finding and getting. See, digging tips. I'm not sure if that says anything useful, but I don't think it really does. And yeah, all those tips you get are in the travel guide right here. Press the button to dig holes. Spots that appear empty may emit light. Find great treasures. Blah blah blah. Green glow with the clovers. Okay, yeah, pretty much what I was saying. And here's where you find all the information you get. See, bestiary, we've had red imps from a few episodes ago. Yeah, they'll give you a couple little hints in the bestiary, but a lot of times the hints won't exactly help you out with what you're supposed to do. They'll just have like a little folklore in it. I mean, sure, they help out sometimes, but a lot of times it's just not too particularly useful. Treasure Tome, it just tells you the little bit of information you get when you get the item for the first time. Well, you get the little message no matter when you pick it up, whether it's your first time or your 18th time. Why these guys are considered two different animals, the boar and the boar piglets, I'm not really sure. Yeah, eat almost anything except for herbs. Little bastards. Logbook, that just kind of tells you where to go next. Which is basically what Istin is saying throughout the adventure, so nothing too particularly useful. Anyways, we got another clover here. Let's see if we can't go for a twofer. Okay, I guess not. Okay, anyways, once you've bloomed all the trees in the area, and I'm not sure if you got to feed all the animals. I think you might. Once you bloom all the trees and possibly feed all the animals, then go back to where we got the door open over here, and we get a very nice little reward for our efforts. If we ever get up there. I don't know why I'm dashing, because just running after a dash is fast enough, but oh well. Gotta love the little flowers that sprout behind her feet when she runs. I always like that little detail. Alright, what do we get? We get a sun fragment. This is basically like a piece of heart from the Legend of Zelda games, except you only need 3 to get another unit of health. And there are a total of 15 of those in the game, so we got a couple to collect. They're not really all that common since there's only 15 of them, but I'll go over when we get them every time, so don't worry about that, guys. Alright, next time we will continue to exit this place and explore should you feel, now that we have a means to uncurse it. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.